Look, we're all going to die, it don't matter. Some jokes, is that alright for you? Right, this is as much as I can remember after 6 months and some new stuff which I've written on my hand. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm fucking pretty spaced out, who cares? I'm very good at finding out what class people are, where they're from and what they're into merely by the mighty powers of rock and roll. Are you alright with that?
Yeah!
Right, join in then, boom boom, let me hear you say way-o.
Way-o!
Oh, you're all scum. It's alright, you're my kind of people, I don't mind that. See who's as old as me, who can remember this one? Gold!
Always believe in your soul. You got the power to know you're indestructible.
That'll do. You remember the 80s, you're alright, I can string this out as long as possible. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Come on! You wanna be
Nonce. Fucking nonce posse over there. It's okay, socially distanced, no kids in. I ain't judging anybody. It seems like you, but I've got to find out where the middle class people are, because there's bound to be some posh people in. They're fucking addicted to this, posh people. Listen to this. I'll catch them every time. All you Guardian readers in here. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, brown copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string.
These are a few of my favourite things.
There you are, all over there. You couldn't resist a bit of the Sound of Music. And the sound of a couple of voices there who probably enjoy dressing as nuns on the weekend. But we're not judging. It's all right. I've driven all the way from Manchester, a place which is so poor, ladies and gentlemen, so unbelievably poor, so very poor. People there can't even afford an accent. Just a vowel. Fucking nice one. Sounds like the start of a motor race with rickets around our way with all the fucking scallies. My space. But I'm very, very old. As you can see, I've started putting Tipp-Ex in the sides of my hair to attract the older ladies. And the thing is, the point of my gig is things change in life, everything changes. Nobody tells you when the rules change. There's an unwritten set of rules, and it's like I have no idea what they are anymore. Because I'm so old, a bit like Lewis, I'm so old, I can actually remember when porn stars had pubes. Anybody else, or you're just staring at me going, what the fuck are you on about, fat man? No, but I don't actually go on the interweb much. Is anybody a big internet fan? No, I don't go on it much. Basically, I went on it for help my daughters with a bit of cookery homework the other day. I went on what I thought was a humble cookery website called noshmysausage.com. Couldn't believe what I saw when I went on that. Just loads of Eastern European people, not a single pube between them, all thrashing around 10 to the dozen. I thought, poor Eastern European bastards, they obviously made them all work at Chernobyl or something. They've got some bizarre genital alopecia going on, but God bless them, they certainly put their back into that pornography. Not like your idle British porn stars won't even get into bed for £10 an hour. There you go. So if bloody foreigners, you see, working man's club piss take here. Now just flag that up. Bloody foreigners want to come to my country. Bloody foreigners want to come over here and put mucky films on my computer. Fucking let them in, all of them. Get in here now. Never mind the dinghies. Let's send a trawler over. Welcome to Britain. Pants off. It's porn time. Fucking everyone's a winner if you do that. I mean, what's wrong with that? You know what I mean? I'm so very old now. Focus on teaching. Here we go. I'm so very old. I've actually joined Manchester's cheapest swingers club. I went to Manchester's cheapest swingers club last week, whereupon I did it with a tramp. Turns out that means I'm a homeless sexual. Thank you very much. I can fucking go on with this. See how fucking far we can go. The other week I went back to Manchester. You see how I'm emphasising the back. I went back to Manchester's cheapest swingers club, whereupon I did it with a lady who enjoyed being flogged senseless with children's modelling clay. She was a Play-Doh masochist. Thank you very much. Couldn't go further than that. I once did it with a fundamentalist Muslim chap, don't know how far I can go with this, who exploded. Turns out that means I'm a suicide bummer. I got fucking booed at John Bush for doing that one. Don't matter. But these days I consider myself a metrosexual. The closest I get to sex is cracking one off to a free newspaper at the train station. There you go. No, the other thing is I have two. I'll do the comedy bit. Hey, I've got two kids myself. You see, we're just going for the comedy loop. It doesn't matter. I've got two lovely kids of my own, Madonna and Britney, and fuck off. That's class. Get a free council house if you call them that in Manchester. And basically, the rules have all changed at school because this is how it is. In my day, when we were at school, the classes all had a number. It was class 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Pretty easy. These days, the classes are named after the year the kid is in and the initial of the second name of the teacher's name. And is any teachers in? No? Anybody aware of this method of naming school classes? Okay, no, just stare at me. Okay, so right, I'll explain it. She was in class 2R for Mr. Richardson, and then she was in class 3C for Mr. Charlesworth. This is where teachers are not very bright. My daughter, this is a true story, got to year 4. Okay, so she was in year 4. This is year 4, teachers. Year 4. And the initial of the teacher's second name was the letter Q. This is a true story. It was Miss Quinn. My daughter was in class 4Q. And the very first day of September, the teacher lined up all these junior school kids and shouted at them in front of all the dads, 4Q! Line up! And I went, you fucking said what? And he went, 4Q! I went, 4Q as well, you cunt. And he went, no, 4Q. And I said, do you want it? Come on! And he went, no, 4Q, line up. I said, 4Q and fuck off. And he didn't get it. In the end, me and the rest of the dads formed the 4Q Dads support group. We all had 4Q written in big letters on a t-shirt. The teachers just still didn't get it, so I put it on the internet, obviously, like a dunce. And the Manchester Evening News came round to interview the fucking teachers, and I had to explain to them before the Evening News came round what 4Q might sound a bit like. And so they eventually changed the name of the class to 4Q2. Which wasn't the brightest. I mean, could have been worse. Could have changed it to class U2, and then Bono would have come around and taught the kids that the streets had no name. And that would have been wrong, because it's on School Lane, the school. Yeah, because it's a fucking school, Bono, you cunt. So big fucking thing done, Bono, before you come round telling my kids what fucking school is. And I can batter the edge as well. I reckon he'd be shit in a fight. Larry and Barry, the drummer, they could probably have me, but I think fucking Bono, smack that cunt straight. So I'm going off. You must watch U2 and just think, I could fucking do you. I'm a rock star. You fucking won't be down the bush. Come on. You fucking idiot. You might want to save the world, but you got to get past me first, you fucking dwarf. Anyway, the other thing is, everything in school has changed. The rules have once again changed. My favourite game in school is now banned. My favourite game was, of course, the now illegal game of British Bulldog, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a racist game. If you don't know what British Bulldog was, you lined up all the kids at one end of the schoolyard, somebody else was it, and you all went, charge! And they had to catch one until you're all caught. It was basically rugby with no ball, wasn't it? I mean, what a great game British Bulldog was. Because British Bulldog taught you about life. It taught you this is the way life is. Either run fast or dodge. If you can't do either of those things, throw a fat kid at somebody else, then run. Never mind your fucking lessons coming back with a picture of daddy drawn like a fucking, prison hostage. Let me learn British Bulldog, because my eldest one, Madonna, she takes after me somewhat physically. I mean, she's not going to be a ballerina. Sorry to announce that to you, ladies. Ladies often get offended. You can't say that about you. She's a bit on the big side. She's rugby league prop forward, maybe, or perhaps back of the scrum. Don't know. But she was it, and Madonna, on the first day of our legal game of British Bulldog, which we, the 4Q dads, organised, and she smashed the shit out of the poshest little boy in school, whose daddy is a solicitor, and his name's Charles, young Charlie. He got battered by our Madonna. I taught her the rabbit punch. I'm like, imagine you fucking punching Bono. Go on. She didn't half smack him. That's an illegal move in British Bulldog. It's nothing, no punching. It's mainly grabbing. Tackling's okay. Anyway, young Charlie, he'd grassed me up to his daddy, the solicitor, who dobbed me into the headmaster. So I had to do the walk of shame to the headmaster in front of the other 4 cute dads, all going, hang him, put the black cap on, hang the bastard. He did it. I'm like, you did it as well. They fucking grassed me, fucking dads. That's what men are like. They grass the best mates up. Girls stick together. Men grass their mates up. Fucking cops came in here, you'd be like, he dealt the weed, him. Allegedly. Not that there's any on the premises. Apparently. If there were. Anyway, I had to do the walk of shame to the headmaster, who sat me down, and he said, Mr. Gent, it is my solemn duty to tell you that your daughter has been pushing Charlie. In the playground. Oh, ain't she fucking never? She never was pushing no Charlie around the playground. That was some sherbet dip I gave her to dish around the other kids. Once you get the taste of it, come and see me. Then we put the Prodigy on. Fucking got well onto it. That was great. The other one is rules have changed at school. I was in the PTA for a while, the Parent Teacher Association. Head of the PTA said to me, Roland, the kids want to go on a school trip. Thought, great, I bought mushrooms. I thought, this is going to be fucking this is magic. Hey, have you ever been on a charabang? What an old word. A charabang to Blackpool with a party full of school children all screaming, Daddy, Daddy, why are we going to Narnia? I'm like, I don't fucking know. There's a unicorn driving the bus. It crashed into a rainbow. Come on, kids, highway to hell. Anyway, lunchtime, time for some disco biscuits. And I've never been to Blackpool, but it's well rough these days. And I said to the kids, before you get off the bus, remember, in Blackpool it's traditional to have some rock. Well, believe you me, they scored some rock in about 2 minutes. So we kept a bit for the headmaster, because he's well into it now. School's great, British Bulldog on drugs, everybody. Learn lessons, learn about how to divide sixteenths and quarters. Imperial measurements still work, in some cases. Why is it grams for coke and fucking 16ths they don't? I don't fucking know. That must be a drug thing, you know what I mean? This is going to be metric and this will be imperial. I mean, it's just one of those great pondering things in life. I mean, surely you have to get your measurements equal in order to fucking divide properly and then multiply. I mean, these are lessons for school, surely. You know? Just don't take spice, kids, because it's been very easy to mug you. I will do. Anyway, shit I was talking about. That makes me look like a bad guy. I'll change tack. I'm a big fan of music. Anybody like music? Yeah. What sort of thing do you like? Rock, soul, jazz, punk? Yeah, everything. We like everything. I'm a big fan of everything because I think Britain is the best country in the world at coming up with rock bands and tunes and fucking we've invented all the dance crazes and everything way better than America. I think we're the best, but you know, there's one thing I just don't like, and that is what we've produced is the fucking X Factor. If there are any foreign people in here, I'd like to apologise for the X Factor and Britain's Got Talent right now. Not my fault, but I feel in some way responsible. Because does nobody get, this is where people look at me and go, you can't dislike the X Factor, it's great, that. No, it's a fucking load of cover versions. Well, you know, why can't we have some new stuff? You know, fucking put the Arctic Monkeys on or whatever, you know. And these people go to me, what's wrong with the X Factor? I'll tell you what's wrong with it. Does nobody else get the bittersweet irony of the people judging the X Factor having the temerity to tell other people whether they can fucking sing or not? But you must have thought about it. You must have looked at the people judging it and gone, Mel B from fucking Spice Girls? How can you tell somebody else whether to sing or not, for fuck's sake? From your 90s mime act, the Spice Girls. Fucking one of them had the sound put, in fact, there are only 2 of them actually sang. Fucking Mel B, she's there. Alright, my name's Mel B, I'm from Yorkshire. I'm a right fucking lady. I like no better than taking Pitbull down canal, having a fight with local gypsies, polishing up my bollocks and telling some fucker if they can sing or not. Because I'm a lady from Yorkshire. There's the other one. What's her name? Cheryl, whatever her name is now. Cheryl Cole, the fucking serial bride. A woman who gets married once a fortnight in order to appear on the front page of Celebrity Wank magazine or whatever it's fucking called. Let's just go back to it. She was Cheryl Tweedy, then married to Ashley Cole. Then he showed his pants to somebody online. Then she divorced him and married some poor Spanish bastard who didn't know what he was letting himself in for. Then my name's now really Spanish and sophisticated, like now. Because she's in the castle, really fucking sophisticated. Because the voice comes down in the middle of a sentence and goes, "Ooh, sounds surprised." Is Cheryl fucking cool? Then changed her name because she was Spanish to Cheryl San Miguel Lopez Ufarte Bernabeu Stadium, Real Madrid, Benidorm, fucking Barcelona, back four, Xabi Alonso. And then after a fortnight she divorced him and changed her name to a single one-word brand of Cheryl, because that's more classy than Spanish. So that was like Cheryl, like the other one-word brands we know, like Durex, Sif and Bosch. How can you watch a programme without the thought going into your head of how can these fuckers tell anybody else if they can sing or not? That's the equivalent of signing up for a philosophy course at university only to find out that your lecturers are Joey Essex and Kerry Katona. Fucking Cheryl Cole and Mel B telling me if you've got any talent or not. That's like me going to my drink and drug awareness course only to find it's now run by Sean and Bez from the Happy Mondays. Fucking Cheryl Cole telling you if you can sing or not. That's like taking driving lessons from Prince Philip, for fuck's sake. What's his name? Simon Cowell, a millionaire from this fucking show, once, and I quote, said, "You know, I think the boy band I've discovered, One Direction, are better than the Beatles." Fuck off! You've got some balls, Simon, but that's bullshit. One Direction weren't as good as the Birdie song, for fuck's sake. I believe there's nothing wrong with the Birdie song. I once pulled to that in a classy joint in Magaluf. Oh yes, very sophisticated lady wearing dark glasses. Admittedly, a carer had to hold the dog while we did the nasty behind the bins. There you go. How long have I rambled on for? Fucking hell, no time for new stuff. Keep going, fat. So anyway, hello, I'll start now. My name's Roland. Hello. Roland's a fairly stupid name. It's like thanks mum, thanks dad, thanks naming me after the fat kid off Grange Hill, a puppet rat off 80s TV, and the Roland 808 keyboards that invented Acid House. Woo! Well, what an old reference that is. And you get students going, "What's this Acid House you speak of, Grandad?" We're having a silent disco. Fuck off. Start stage diving, learn something. Anyway, but I think Roland's going to be a cool name in a bit because all the celebrities give their kids absolutely bloody stupid names, don't they? Anybody got a favourite celebrity kid bloody stupid name?
Apple.
Every single time. Apple. Fucking Gwyneth Paltrow and that tosser out of Coldplay call the kid Apple. Apple Paltrow. That's going to go down well on a council estate in Tipton, isn't it? Yo, Apple Paltrow, get your arse here, you fucking Caesar. It's just that, and I think Apple got off quite lightly actually compared to her sisters, Banana and Kumquat. And there's the other one, that fucking mental tosser who wants to be the president of the USA, Kanye West. Might as well. He voted Trump, might as well go the whole hog. You know what Kanye West called his kid? North, because she's called Northwest, because that's Way Street, innit? Fucking Northwest. I think Northwest got off quite lightly compared to her brother, Nat. I think Northwest got off quite lightly compared to her sister, Wicked Witch of the. Whatever. But I think Northwest ought to have a kid and call that North, then that'd be North by Northwest. Alfred Hitchcock fans in. It's a shit pun, but I fucking love the film. Cary Grant being chased by other Mount Rushmore by a fucking plane. Proper film that, with real acting and stunts and everything. Where was it? No, but my favourite celebrity kid stupid name is this. This is true. This is Sarah Cox. You aware of Sarah Cox? She's a Radio 1 and Radio 2 disc jockey from Bolton near Manchester and talk like that radio. Now, Sarah Cox's second name is Cox, obviously, and if your second name is Cox, it's worth thinking on when you call your kid something, because this is a true story. Sarah Cox has had a kid. 5 years ago, she was on Radio 1, and Sarah Cox proudly announced, "I've had my first son, and I've called him Isaac." She did, and it's true. Sarah Cox has called her own son Isaac Cox, which is not really a name you want on the school register, unless you want to end up on the same register as some people who cheered at the Gary Glitter joke earlier. I always wanted to read the 9 o'clock news. That was my ambition in life. I am a fully qualified journalist, can't get a job, but fuck it, you know, that's the way it is. I wanted to read the 9 o'clock news, but I never will, because my name is not stupid enough. Because clearly, my thought is this is my conspiracy, never my COVID conspiracy. My conspiracy is clearly there are people in the HR department at the BBC selecting the names of newsreaders based on how ridiculous they are. They must be sat there going, pick that one, that's a fucking mental name. I can't. Pick it! I can't. Pick it! Oh, go on then. Because you must have just sat there and had this moment when you're watching the news and it's gone, and now the 9 o'clock news with me, Nina Nana. You go, what? What? She the news with me, Nina Nana. Oh, fucking Nina Nana. You can't call your kid fucking Nina Nana. Nina Nana. That's the sound of a police siren, for crying out loud. You know, Nina Nana's reading the news. Who's doing the sport? Woo, woo, woo. And now over to nick with the weather. The other one, I like listening to Radio 5 and Radio 6 and BBC News, and I convulse every time Newsbeat songs. It's always like, and now Newsbeat with me, Vanilla Fudge. Oh, Vanilla Fudge. Come on, you can't call a newsreader Vanilla Fudge. As soon as I hear that, a fat lad needs cake. The news is read by Vanilla Fudge. Who's doing the sport? Mississippi Mud Pie. Who's doing the weather? Knickerbocker Glory. For fuck's sake, it's just wrong. Well, the one that I really love, my favourite newsreader on the telly, but I have to stop watching it every time he's on. My favourite newsreader is a guy who was on 4, he's on 5, now he's on the ITV, is Raggy Omar. Lovely newsreader. Unfortunately, only one person in this world is allowed to be called Raggy, and that's the guy on Scooby-Doo. Because every time I watch the news with Raggy Omar, he goes over to the weather, and the weatherman goes, and that's the weather for the UK, Raggy. I expect him to go, zoink, Scoob. It's all kicking off in Syria. Over here, Raggy. It's all kicking off in Iraq as well. But one day I will read the news. I'm going to have to change my name. I'm going to change my name to Ben. That's Ben Dover. And my best mate Bob's going to change his name to Alf. That's Alf Hookham. Just so one day I can go, and now the 9 o'clock news with me, Ben Dover, and me, Alf Hookham. And now the sports with Isaac Cox. Alright, that's the half an hour done, and now into overtime. It's a 1-1 draw between me and myself, and now it's time for a penalty shootout. I'm not particularly religious or anything like that, but one thing I want to know, I'm quite intrigued about, is does anybody believe in ghosts? And ghost believers in here? Yeah, just one. Maybe. You ever seen a ghost? Anyone? No. But you think maybe there's something out there? Because the thing is, I do gigs all over the place, and I like to visit the local stately home and just do something in the day when I'm going. And you go to the stately home, and they've always got a ghost. It's always the main attraction. What I want to know about these ghosts is how come they've always got a fantastic backstory. Every single one of them. It's the headless horseman, it's the mad nun, it's the skeleton with the chains. I mean, come on, think about it logically. People die every day, sadly. Surely they would also be ghosts. Why can't I lead a ghost tour around Moss Side, Manchester, just going, and now at 3 o'clock the ghost of the smackhead Scally walks through the door, dressed in his legendary shell suit, going, where's me fucking gyro? Why is it never one of them? You know what I mean? Oh dear. Anyway, other shit which I can't remember. Let's pretend I didn't do that. I hate it when cold callers ring me up. This guy rang me up the other day and he said, sir, have you ever had an accident that wasn't your fault? I said, well, I shat myself once in Tesco's, so I blame the curry for that. That's how it goes. Somebody did a prostate gag before, so it doesn't matter. Can't even read that one. Oh yeah, I've recently, I nearly got done for speeding. Has anybody been on speeding awareness course at all? Yeah. Don't applaud it. It's just like fucking one morning of your life that you'll never get back, being patronised by some cunt who thinks they've never gone faster than the speed limit. You went on a course, what was it like?
It was during lockdown, so did it on Zoom.
Fucking no! That's kind of so good, it's bad. I did my course on Zoom, in your nightie with no pants, swinging some cider, going, yeah, whatever. Do you mind if I spark this joint up? Yeah, whatever. I know the fucking rules. We got any tonic for this gin? Whatever. On lockdown on Zoom, that's fantastic. God, that was just an easy money maker for them, isn't it? No, I went on one where they told me, you cannot fail this course. Fucking, I did. Let me just ask you, what's your name, dear? Gail. And you've been on course as well? Yeah. What's your name? Eggsy. Okay. So when they said to you, what do you call the right-hand lane of a motorway? How did you reply? Because I said, well, it's the slow lane, the middle lane, and the fucking fast lane. Apparently, the right-hand lane of the motorway is called the second overtaking lane. Who knew? And they went, no, it's not the fast lane, it's the second overtaking lane. To which I said, I think you'll find the Eagles had a hit in 1975 with Life in the Fast Lane. Not Life in the second overtaking lane. I think you'll fucking find. She wasn't pleased with that one. The other one, she said to me, what does a sign mean, Roland, when you see a white circle with a diagonal black line through it? National speed limit. Apparently, that's one way of saying what I said, which was fucking floor it. In anybody's language, that says fucking floor it. You've been on the M6 at 50 mile an hour for half an hour. That says as fast as you want, fat boy. Open up the drinks cabinet and go for it, you know. And the other one, the very last one where I actually failed the course, was she said, and what do you use your mirror for? And I said, well as snorting coke. Shit, I can look in it as well. Anyway, I managed to fail, but I didn't tell her that I'm a part-time traffic warden these days. But nonetheless, that's always fun for you. The other stuff that I just want to find out about is, you're not much of internet fans, but I'm not either. I think the internet has ruined everything, because the films that we used to like, I mean, for example, what we're talking about, would not work in the internet age. Everybody's on the phone all the time. Everybody's on the phone. Information all the time. I mean, my favourite movies, Jesus of Nazareth. That'd never work, the Last Supper scene, would it? Just be Jesus sat there going, well, I've invited all my Facebook friends. There were 20,000 of them. I've just got these 12 cunts turned up. Fucking Judas looks a wrong un. Titanic in the Facebook age, that'd just be Jack, whatever his name, going, oh, a bit of a storm ahead, don't bother. and my favourite one would be The Breakfast Club. Do you remember The Breakfast Club from the 80s? All the teenagers on not on remand, but on whatever, you know, Saturday morning had to go into school. That would now be a silent movie in which 4 teenagers look at the phone for an hour and a half, which is always fun. Anyway, I've just about, I said, done my time. That sounds like a prison sentence. The other thing is, as I said, rules of life do change. The other day, I was in a taxi, and you can't say the same things even to taxi drivers these days, because that's all gone wrong. Or totally gone wrong around our way. Because, you know, if you say to a taxi driver, when do you finish? He's probably going to say, once the drugs wear off the school girl. That might be a bit wrong, but it's also true. Anyway, I'll clear off, basically. Wasn't the most fantastic gag to get off with, but I can't remember anything else that's written on the back of my hand. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you, the last one, this is an oldie, but a truie. I actually live in South Manchester near a big company called Siemens. Okay, the Siemens Corporation, you can tell where it's going, but the Siemens Corporation, this is a true story, it's a job I would have loved to have. At one point we're thinking of relocating part of their business to a small village near Bury, near Ramsbottom, which is called Upper Ramsbottom. I would have loved to have worked there just for one day, just sat there on the phone just going, hi, Siemens Upper Ramsbottom. Hi there, Siemens Upper Ramsbottom, can I help? But they never relocated to Upper Ramsbottom, they relocated to the small German village of Upper Nunscunt. You're a filthy bunch, but I like you, thank you very much.